Are you ready for a wild ride through the history of the dollar bill? I bet you didn't know that behind that boring green piece of paper lies a tale of politics, security, and design. In this video, we will uncover the secrets of how the dollar bill got its current look and why it's not just a boring piece of paper but a reflection of American history. From Lincoln to Washington, from counterfeiting to the newest security measures, we will cover it all. So sit back, grab your favorite snack, and let's dive into the fascinating world of the dollar bill. Have you ever looked at a dollar bill and thought, wow, that's one ugly piece of paper? Well, you're not alone. The design of the dollar bill has gone through many changes over the years, but today we're going to take a look at how and why it got its current look. It all started in 1862 during the Civil War. The government needed more money to fund the war effort, so they decided to print their own. And thus, the first dollar bill was born. But let me tell you, it was not a pretty sight. The design was simple, featuring a portrait of President Lincoln on the front and an image of the Great Seal of the United States on the back. It was like they just threw Lincoln's picture on there because they needed something to put on the bill. It was like they were saying, here you go, Lincoln, you're the best we've got. Over the next few decades, the design of the dollar bill went through several changes as new presidents were added to the currency. But it wasn't until the late 1800s that the dollar bill began to take on its modern look. In 1896, the Bureau of Engraving and Printing introduced a new design featuring a portrait of President George Washington on the front and an image of the Great Seal on the back. Finally, they put a president who actually looked good on the bill. It was like they were saying, hey, we've got this cool president, let's put him on the money. But things were about to change again in the 1930s when new security features were added to the bill to combat counterfeiting. Because nothing says security like a picture of a dead president, am I right? One of the most significant changes to the dollar bill came in 1963 when the portrait of President Lincoln was replaced with a portrait of President Benjamin Franklin. The new design also included a small illustration of Independence Hall in Philadelphia, which is where the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution were both signed. It was like they were finally saying, hey, let's put a founding father on the bill, someone who actually did something. Today, the dollar bill still features the portrait of President Franklin on the front and the illustration of Independence Hall on the back. Additionally, new security features have been added to the bill, such as a watermark, security thread, and color-shifting ink, making it harder for counterfeiters to replicate. But let's be real, if you can't tell the difference between a real dollar bill and a counterfeit one, you probably have bigger problems to worry about. So there you have it, a brief history of how and why the dollar bill got its current look. Who knew that the history of the dollar bill was so exciting? Now, you can impress your friends and family with your newfound knowledge about the dollar bill. But let's be real, they probably won't be impressed, but at least you'll know. Thanks for watching.